What's up, guys? It's your girl, Josiah the Pink Girl, and today I'm glad to Sonic's hit an impact on mental health. Mental health. Oh my god. But before we get to this, I'm gonna give a big shout out to my one and only fan. She made a fan account of me, and I'm so happy about it. This is my first time seeing a fan account of me, and I'm gonna give a big shout out to her. Her name is Josiah, biggest fan number 1. There, I gave you a shout out, and oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. Hold up. And now let's go ahead after this. And yeah.
Sonic is very important to my mental health. In a world where every day feels like a battle to find peace and acceptance, this franchise has always been the one to pull me out of dark places. From the characters to the stories, and especially the community, the Sonic franchise has been a source of healing for me. It's not just a game.
Me
It's been a
too.
lifeline for me and so many other people. And in this video, I want to explore how Sonic has brought together so many people with different struggles, offering comfort, connection, and understanding to those of us who need it the most. Let's get into it. Now, growing up, I dealt with depression, something that became a constant battle in my life. My mother passed away when I was 15, suddenly
Sorry for your
and
loss.
unexpectedly from a heart attack in our home. That moment was not only a huge shock, but a catalyst that started my long struggle with depression. Losing her at such a young age left me feeling lost, vulnerable, and alone. She was more than just a mother. She was my protector, my rock, and my best friend. Her passing hit me harder than anything I could ever imagine, and it set off a chain reaction of struggles that I would face for years. Alongside the overwhelming grief, I was diagnosed with anxiety, an eating disorder, and dealt with extreme insecurities. I was in one of the darkest periods of my life. There were times I felt completely isolated, as if no one could truly understand what I was going through. But through all that pain and confusion, there was something that always brought me comfort. Something that, despite everything, never...
Here's how you can use Robinhood Gold. to
Come
get more from your
on,
money.
there's an
Robinhood
important
Gold
message and you
offers
just bring out an
unmatched
ad.
eligible-
There was something that always brought me comfort. Something that, despite everything, never let me down. Sonic. My love for Sonic the Hedgehog began
Sonic.
because of my mother. She was the one who introduced me to the franchise, not just by buying me games, but by making sure that Sonic was always a part of my childhood. From buying me the games, the comics, the figurines, and even specific consoles just to play Sonic games. It's something I could never forget. I mean, dude, she bought me an Xbox 360 simply because I was so excited about Sonic 06 after I seen clips of the game from IGN. My love for Sonic grew in tandem with the love for my mother. So it's like when she passed away, Sonic became my lifeline forever as a connection to my mother. I remember when I broke my arm in first grade. I had a cast on for about 2 months. During those 2 months, my left pinky was very numb from the damaged nerve from breaking my arm. In order to fix it, my doctor told my mom I needed to use my left pinky more and more to heal that damaged nerve. So as a solution, she bought me a few more Sonic games, and I ended up healing my pinky through the repetitive actions.
I
of
broke my
playing
arm
with Sonic.
too last
My
time.
mother was such a real one.
Back in
that Even
2015.
when I had a broken arm, she made sure Sonic was always by my side. Sonic wasn't just entertainment to me anymore. It was a link to my mother's spirit. Every battle Sonic fought reminded me of the fight I needed to continue to keep that link alive. Depression is no joke, and neither is losing a loved one. Depression can spiral into a myriad of issues. And if
Losing a
left
loved
unchecked,
one is
sometimes
hurtful.
it's almost impossible to bounce back.
Very
from.
hurtful.
Losing a loved one can make you feel like the entire world can't love you the way that they did. In turn, you question the fight that you're putting up and second guess the effort to keep going. But when that loved one cared for you so much and introduced you to a series that changed your life forever, you bet I'm gonna continue fighting that depression. I've talked about my mom before on this channel, but to truly understand how much she meant to me, you have to know that without her, I wouldn't be the person I am today, both as a human being and as a content creator. And that's why her passing changed everything for me, both mentally and emotionally. The grief was so heavy that it felt like it would never be lifted. But through those darkest moments, Sonic was always there. Every time I felt overwhelmed by my depression, I would pick up a Sonic game, and for a brief moment, that world didn't feel as heavy. Now, whether you've dealt with depression, anxiety, ADHD, autism, or any other mental struggle,
I
the
have
Sonic franchise
autism.
has a way of bringing us together. It's more than just a game, like I said before. It's a world that makes us feel seen, understood, and accepted. The Sonic
And Sonic
community
is not
filled
just
with
for
some of
kids
the most
either.
talented and
For
passionate
everybody.
people. Yet many of us fight battles that us with
Up there, me and do
Each
that.
character embodies a struggle that we can relate to. Shadow carries the weight of his past, learning to push forward despite his pain. Tails starts as an underdog, building the confidence to step out of Sonic's shadow and stand on his own 2 feet. Amy wears her heart on her sleeve, always bringing light to those around her. These aren't just characters.
Bro, so she
they
actually got a
reflect
heart
parts
on
of
her sleeve?
ourselves, our emotions, and the journeys that we're on. For those of us battling depression or anxiety, Sonic represents resilience. No matter how many times he falls, he always gets back up and keeps moving forward. But for those with ADHD or autism, Sonic can be even more. An escape, a world that feels structured, exciting, familiar, yet full of possibilities. The fast-paced gameplay can match the energy of someone with ADHD, offering a sense of flow and engagement that feels natural. For autistic players, Sonic's world can be a safe space, full of predictable patterns, vibrant colors, and a comforting sense of control. In a world that often misunderstands neurodivergent minds, Sonic feels like a place where things just make sense. In an article I found, a woman named Lizzie
Sonic
Silvers
Riders.
talked about how Sonic was her childhood mental health hero. When she was young, she suffered a brain tumor, and through her recovery process, was bullied by other kids at school. At the time, her doctors advised her to look for an activity that would help with hand-eye coordination. He suggested video games, and then her father took her to buy a video game. She bought Sonic the Hedgehog in 1993, and during those dark times with serious health complications, she found Sonic to be the one that would keep her going. Her parents bought her Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and even Sonic Spinball because they noticed how happy she was playing Sonic games. In the second to final paragraph of her article, she states, "I always felt God sent Sonic into my life to save me. There is no shame in falling in love with a video game, a comic, or a show. If this heals you, helps you, and keeps you happy, then continue to smile and be happy. It's in your life for a reason. So ignore the bullies and keep on smiling and going forward." And then in another article, that
Yeah,
talks about
like, don't let the
connection
bullies
between
just-
Sonic and ADHD,
just change you,
goes into
be
very
yourself.
deep detail on how Sonic as a character is a representation for kids with ADHD. Sonic's personality gives kids with ADHD a sense of relatability, a character that is tailor-made for them. This opens the door for this series to relate to neurodivergent children, and that's so amazing to me. I personally don't deal with this struggle, but Sonic validates this disorder as a strength, not a weakness. What makes this franchise so special isn't just the games themselves, it's the people who love them. No matter what we struggle with, or how similar our struggles are, Sonic unites us. Talking about our favorite characters, levels, songs, and even art styles becomes more than just a conversation. It becomes a connection. Even on my darkest days, when my own mind feels like my worst enemy, Sonic and this community remind me that I'm not alone. Growing up, my family never truly believed in mental health struggles. Everything was categorized under one umbrella, making it hard for me to understand my own emotions, let alone those of others. Whenever I was depressed, my dad would try his best to make things better, but to no avail. This caused me to bottle up my emotions because I felt like if my own father couldn't understand me, then who will? But through Sonic, I learned the power of self-expression. I realized that so many people go through battles that the world doesn't see. Some of us were bullied, raised in difficult circumstances, or dealt a bad hand in life. And when people call us weird for loving a video game that means
I was bullied for
everything to
being
us, it
autistic.
hurts. But here's the thing, Sonic Team has always understood this. I'd never seen a roster of characters that represents multiple
And
different
crying
people's
too
lives.
much.
They've created a cast of well-designed, recognizable, and relatable characters that it's no brainer kids and young teens would love them so much. In times where we needed to be heard and seen, video games like Sonic have the perfect cast of characters to represent so many people. A lot of people even decided to give back to the community by doing fan art, fan animations, fan games, and content surrounding the series. This is because this series provides so much for them that the best way to stay connected is to passionately express how much Sonic means to them. Whatever your circumstances are at home or in your head, this series has a strong emotional pull that keeps us hooked. I find myself more happy and mentally healed simply by interacting with the community. Yes, the Sonic community has its bad days sometimes, but you can't deny how much Sonic means to people, and that alone outweighs those bad community days. This series has always strived for inclusivity, making sure that people from all walks of life feel welcomed and appreciated. No judgment, just a vibrant world filled with colorful characters, each with their own struggles, victories, and dreams. And in that world, we find not just entertainment, but a home. At the end of the day, mental health is a battle that doesn't have an easy solution. Some days are good, and some days are unbearable. But sometimes it's always best to find those small pockets of joy. For most of us, Sonic is that pocket of joy. He is the literal embodiment of movement for all of us who feel stuck within our lives. I've learned a lot of life lessons from this franchise. Even from the songs that spoke about never giving up. It's hard to keep fighting every day because sometimes you end up forgetting what possible battles. Even though you lose something or someone along the way, the bigger picture of these fights is always you're still here. I know this is a wild, deep personal analysis on a series with a character named Big the Cat, but trust me, that's what makes video games so amazing to me. They have these hidden messages or these overarching themes that speak to us as players to get us to feel something. Sonic always had a philosophy that made me want to be as confident as he is, constantly going forward even when you don't truly know what's up ahead. In all of those cheesy but gold Crush 40 songs, it's where you get to truly understand what this franchise really represents. Resilience, determination, and hope. The message is as clear as day that Sonic represents perseverance and that life is all about getting back up after being down. We suffer each and every day doubting our will to be strong for ourselves and the people we care about. Mental health struggles don't magically disappear, and neither do the scars left by the past. But what Sonic has taught me and so many others is that no matter how dark things get, you keep running. Maybe not always fast, maybe not always confidently, but as long as you keep moving forward, you're still in the fight. So please, do your best to stay in the fight, because I know I will. I want to keep talking about video games, experiencing this journey in my own way, and most importantly, connecting with people who love the Blue Blur just as much as I do. This franchise means so much to all of us, and in turn, we all mean so much to each other. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe.
Well, guess what?
This is Breck Effect, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
You already got a follower, and that's, I mean, subscribe. Like, I keep on getting confused between following and subscribing because I've been on TikTok too much, but thanks for telling us, man. I really love it. Because, like, I have a struggle being a Sonic fan for, like, so many years, man. 2025 was the worst one. My parents kept on complaining to stop being a Sonic fan, you need to grow up. Even kids at school, they always tell me to grow up. And even teachers, everybody told me to grow up. Everyone. But guess what? I didn't listen to what they say. I kept on being a Sonic fan. And, yeah. Sonic saved my life. Sonic is my everything. He's my #1 favorite person in the world. I mean, not person, but hedgehog in the world. And I really love him so much. That's why he's on my profile pic for a very long time. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Bye.